and I was the only female partner in that business. And I've been in this economic development role now for about 6 years. And I'm proud to say that in the time I've been in it, I've seen the number of female executives in economic development increase. And you're going to hear some other wonderful women come after me, and Sarah Devasher Wisdom and Wendy Danchesser. I also think you have to have 3 names to have a role in this business. So you can see we're following a pattern here today. So there's a lot of improvement, and a lot of improvement in a short period of time. But how do we really take it to the next level that we want? And we really need 3 things. We can focus on 3 things that I think NAWBO can be a great help with. The first is capital. The first hurdle beyond, I've got a great idea, I'm going to start a business. The next hurdle after that is capital. And we as women don't always have equal access to capital. We still make less than men. We may not have the intergenerational wealth available to us like men do. And so we've got to continue to pursue and encourage and create new capital sources. We're proud at Little Forward to offer Metco small business loans, and we're soon to launch a new grant program that's going to help folks who have been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. So be paying attention to that and the communication we're going to be doing about that. And we need to encourage our banks and our equity sources, our venture capitalists also, to take a fresh look at how are they funding groups, who are they funding, and make sure that everyone who has a portfolio has a certain percentage of their portfolio with women. I personally think that percentage ought to be 51%. We ought to be asking for that. The next thing we need is support. We as women still try to do everything. We still try to be full-time mom. We still try to be business owner and PTA president and all of those things. We're still trying to do all of the traditional roles and the roles that we're growing into with business. I'm not saying we shouldn't. Everyone gets to make that choice for themselves, what they want to do and what roles they want to take on. But we need the support networks to ensure that women have the opportunity to do everything they want to do. Childcare can't just be our responsibility. It has to be everyone's responsibility. And we have to make sure we have a system that takes care of everyone. So we think about what are those support systems and what can we advocate for as women that help create those support systems. Let's think about that too. And finally, let's talk about diverse networks. We all know that a lot of business comes from other business. It's B2B that gets you the next client. And so men and women network. We as women are much more likely, there's studies that prove this, to have deeper relationships, but fewer of them. Whereas men are much more likely to have more diffuse networks, but broader networks. So men have naturally bigger networks to draw their next business from. That's where their clients come from. So we have to think about how we can improve upon that. And NAWBO is a great way to do that. So in closing, I just want to say congratulations again, Lisa. It's good to see your smiling face up there and representing us so wonderfully at the national level. And for us to all to recognize we're in a time of amazing and historic change. Let's grab it. Let's make sure that women of color and Black-owned businesses have all the opportunity they've never had. We as women, recognizing we sit in those same places, should work overtime to ensure that we help make that opportunity available for everybody. I look forward to working with you in that journey. I want to hear your ideas and how we can help and how we can create more capital, build that support for women, and create new networks that bring you the new business you're looking for. So thank you for allowing me with you this afternoon, and I look forward to hearing more on the program today. Best of luck and congratulations.
Thanks, Mary Ellen. We appreciate you being here and spending your time with us. I know there are a lot of things going on right now, and you definitely didn't have to choose us, but I'm so glad that you did for today. Sorry about the little technical glitch. I do think Mercury must be in retrograde. I don't know what's going on. I am not live streaming on Facebook anymore. I am just recording it. I think doing both of those things and perhaps Zoom being used in other areas of my house right now did not bode well. So I will put this recording on our Facebook page and our website when it's all done. But again, I wanted to welcome you all. I am Robin Miller. I'm the president of NAWBO Kentucky for 5 more days, at which point I will turn into the immediate past president on July 1st after an 18-month journey with this organization. I am thrilled to be with you all, and I wanted to just kind of recap some of the amazing things that have happened over the past several years with NAWBO. We continue to grow, we continue to succeed, we continue to engage and support other women business owners. And one thing that Mary Ellen mentioned of it being the time being now, that actually was the theme for the national conference this past year. One of the last times we were all together as a national organization, in that theme was Our Time Is Now. And I wanted to kind of go over some of the things that we've been doing over the past 2 years or so, during with a great group of people who've been volunteering as your board for all this time. Some of them will be continuing on the board. I'm pleased to tell you that they're going to be coming back on, which is great, so that we can continue the momentum of all the great the organization has done. You may not know, but NAWBO Kentucky merged with NAWBO Louisville, and NAWBO Lexington merged together a couple of years ago to make NAWBO Kentucky. And now we have this big organization spreading the state and working with people in all sorts of areas, including our friends in Indianapolis and all those kinds of things. When you go to the national convention, when that happens in person, you can see the big teal sisterhood, like we'd like to talk about, across the country. People will look to their NAWBO sisters to exchange business ideas, to talk about clients, talk about best practices. And NAWBO National is a really amazing movement to be a part of. Since the past couple of years, our board has worked together to do several different things. We've introduced some new things over the past 18 to 24 months, capitalizing on all the great success of the boards before us. And I wanted to acknowledge and thank, as I'm outgoing, I wanted to thank my predecessor, Jessica Young. I know she's on here. Where did you just go? I can't find her picture anymore. But she might be on the second screen. To thank her for showing me the ropes as I took on this role as president. During my presidency, one thing that was really important to me, and I was so thankful that the board supported this idea, was acknowledging our young people, our young women who are doing entrepreneurial things. And there's a ton across our community. So last year at our Epic Awards in March of 2019, and then we repeated it in March of 2020, right before the coronavirus happened, we awarded the Young Female Entrepreneur of the Year Award so that we could recognize the next generation of entrepreneurial women coming up the ranks. And I really encourage all of us to continue paying that forward, continue giving young women the opportunity to succeed in business. It's a really important thing that we do. So that was a fun award to introduce for the first time the past 2 years. We also held programs that were more one-on-one focused, like NAWBO and Chill. We've had a couple of those at my house. We moved those virtually when the coronavirus happened, and for the past 15 weeks, we've been doing those weekly. Every Thursday or every Tuesday, we changed the time in there so that people could get together, have a sense of community, be together even when we couldn't be, share ideas, have a shoulder to cry on, all of those kinds of things, and to support one another. One of the things that we always like to say is that everything you need is always in this room. Anytime you go to any NAWBO function or any event, the resources that you need are all there. There's the diversity of thought, there's the diversity of people. That's a big skill that we stand on, and we offer that in all of our different experiences. You can walk out of every event that we have with multiple ideas and multiple pieces of support to help take your business to the next level. We've been doing sip and supports on a virtual way. We also, at the beginning of the coronavirus, started doing virtual Connect series. So we've been having content rich by our members who have a diverse level of talents and expertise around a variety of topics, coming to help you talk about getting your business growing and going in the right direction. So our virtual Connect series. We also had another great, fantastic symposium this past year. Again, when we were able to all be in person. We look forward to doing that again this year in a new, exciting way with a new, exciting theme. I'll let Sarah talk about that in her remarks later. We, the last time we were all together was March 5th, I believe, was our Epic Award date this year. And we were all in person at the Olmsted for a new format of our Epic Awards, which are our annual awards gala. Is our annual awards gala where we give our annual awards out. We had a whole new format with that. It was beautiful. It was super well done and exciting to see everybody there. This past convention, we earned our 5th star in our 5-star award, which is a national award recognition that we can get as a chapter for doing solid things as a chapter that we're supposed to do. Our last one to get was our advocacy piece, which we earned from something that happened in the year prior to our year, and that was the celebration of the HR 50/50 bill in October. We had our 5th year this past year. It's currently going on. I'm being taught by Laura Leeton. It's our 5th year of our Survive class and our Survive cohort, which is the first in a 3-part series of professional development work. We continue with our masterminds program. We have several masterminds.
We've got another one that needs to be signed.
And our, sorry, I'm trying to mute people as they're talking. Continuing to meet and continuing to help provide each other with support, even during the time where we're being virtual. We worked with the Kentucky College of Technical, KCTC, with the Minority Diversity Fair. We had that several months ago, and that was a really exciting time. We have been busy. There's a lot of work to do, though. There's still work to do, all the things that Mary Ellen was talking about. We are 100%, well, mostly 100%, run by volunteers. We just in January hired a part-time independent contractor concierge service who's helping us with a variety of functions for us. And that's been very helpful to bring that in, because we're a working board. So when you see these people, these fabulous people on this call, I really want you to thank them. When the new people come in and they get installed, please thank them throughout the year. This is a lot of work, and we're excited to do it. I've been thrilled to be your leader. I've been thrilled to work for all of you, and I just can't wait to see what the time has to come. I want to thank the outgoing board members, and let me see if I can get everybody here who's on the phone to do that. There's some of them will be coming back on, but Kathy Fyock, I want to thank you so much for bringing such an extra layer of intentionality and an extra layer of great information to all of our programs. Kathy's been our program chair, and not only did we launch our leadership series in Louisville, we also expanded to our leadership series in Lexington. So one of the things that we did this year that was different than other years is we took our Louisville speakers and then also brought them to Lexington. So everybody had an opportunity to see our great speakers, not just in one part of our state, since we are statewide. So Kathy, thank you for elevating our program approach. Kathy was also very instrumental in providing some extra benefits for our speakers. We know that speakers are a profession, and we wanted to make sure that we highlighted that as well. So Kathy, thank you for all that extra help that you brought to us in our program. Vanessa, thank you. I know you're not officially on the board, but you've been a stellar volunteer all year long with a variety of ways, making connections. This woman, this go-to girl is a stalwart NAWBO supporter, and we really appreciate you, Vanessa, for doing all of those kinds of things. Karen Weller, who serves as a director on our board of directors, a director at large, also in a separate hat, and serves as our bookkeeper as well through her company, Abacus, which is amazing. Karen has taken us through changing our fiscal year. That's something else that happened in the past couple of years. We changed our fiscal year from a calendar year to a fiscal year. So Karen has been very helpful in making that happen. Karen, I can't appreciate you enough for keeping us on the up and up and doing all the things and making sure we had everything coded in all the right ways and all of those kinds of things. Anybody else here on the first screen? On the second screen, Jessica, I mentioned as immediate past president. Jessica, thank you for all of your help in guiding me and bringing me along in this role. Sarah, thank you for newly joining our board, and you've been involved in the organization a long time in an official capacity as symposium chairperson moving forward and on the symposium committee, but we memorialized that role of having the symposium be a committee as opposed on the board as opposed to a standalone committee. And now Sarah is our president-elect and president in 5 days, or actually as soon as we install her here officially. Laura Leeton, thank you for jumping in the middle of the year to become our membership chairperson and get on the board. We're so excited to have you. You've brought a depth and level of energy and passion to the role, so really appreciate you for that. Michelle Krebs, thank you for joining us as the GROW chairperson for our 3-part program, our Survive, Strive, and Thrive program. We focused the past several years on the Survive piece and the Strive piece, and I know we'll be doing more on the Thrive piece. Who else am I missing? Patty Breeze, thank you for helping with our Lexington engagement. Patty has been a longtime supporter and involved in the organization, and Patty, we could not do it without you. Jill Lowry, who has also served in our membership role and a couple of other roles on our board, and we bounce around sometimes when we want a new challenge. And so Jill has been a membership chair. Jill, I really appreciate everything that you've done to start up something new this year as well, which was our member meet and greets and our member meetups. We've been meeting, when we were meeting in person, we were meeting for a kind of a member orientation, if you will. We were meeting at Fanty's. That was a Jill Lowry edition and introduction this year, as well as our member meet and greets or member meetups, where we had different speakers on an informal basis for those. So hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Margaret Jolly, I don't know if she's on the phone, but she's been our treasurer. So thank you, Margaret. And thank you to Christy Moore, who's our government chairperson. Laura Day Delgado, who's been our, our governance. Christy Moore has been our advocacy and government relations. So I think I've gotten everybody in there. Hopefully I have not missed anyone. That is my big fear, and I will think about it at 3 o'clock in the morning if that happens. But anyway, thank you. Before I turn it over to our next speaker, I wanted to show you the video that we showed. I really think this really embodies what NAWBO is all about. You'll see some famous people on this call here.
Robin, could you do a favor for us? There are callers who are not muted, and if you could mute them, I think that would prevent the little
lots. Yes.
flipping.
Okay. Consider yourself all muted. Perfect. So I'm going to show this video. Pull it up here. No, I had it up. Hold on. I had it up, and then when I lost my internet, I think I lost the video. Here we go.
You have to be passionate about what you do.
Be ready for change. To be adaptable in any situation.
Take advantage of every opportunity that you're given.
Be tenacious and act with persistency.
Remember that failure is just a data point.
Keep pushing through.
Take time to network.
Surround yourself with people who are smarter than you and that support you.
Empowered women empower women.
Be okay with being the queen bee backer upper.
Do not be afraid to ask for what you want and believe that you deserve it.
Go for it.
Make a difference in the world.
Passion.
Impact.
Focus. Curious.
Flexible. Perseverance. Resilience. Passion.
Adaptability.
Stick-to-itiveness.
Exhilarating.
Lifetime learning.
Passion.
PASSION.
What I love about that, and hopefully you could all hear that, that's a video that we put together that is a one-word montage of from our Epic Award finalists. And I think it really just embodies everything that we stand for as women in business and women business executives. So I wanted to share that with you. There's two other people I want to thank. One is Catherine Crawford, who has been our secretary on our board as well. And then Trisha Abney, who is our corporate partnership chairperson. She wasn't able to be on the call today either, but I just wanted to thank all of these ladies. I have so enjoyed working with you all. Thank you for this opportunity. And without further ado, I will turn it over to Sarah DeVasher, Wisdom, the GLI.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here today. I think that I know most of you. My name is Sarah DeVasher Wisdom, and I'm the president and CEO of Greater Louisville, Inc. And I'm the first female president and CEO of GLI. So as the first president and CEO of GLI, I understand the importance of women working and serving and leading in the business world. And we can't have too many women in the business world. And I enjoy calling many of you who are part of this event tonight and just saying, can you help me figure this out? I really think that is one of the values of this network. So as women, we all have unique skill sets and relevant experiences and insightful expertise to not only help businesses grow, but also to help grow our communities. So in thinking about taking it to the next level, over the past several months, we at GLI have initiated our strategic planning process, and we've identified specific initiatives to better support women-owned businesses in our region. Many of you are part of that process. A couple of those things are, first, assisting those businesses in gaining certifications to compete for contracts, and second, connecting those businesses with larger corporations who are looking to diversify their partnership and vendor portfolios. I also think it's incredibly important that we recognize the challenging environment that businesses are facing right now in light of COVID-19 and the recent events that have brought racial inequities to the forefront of our nation. It's really important that we speak to the pain and the frustration that our communities of color are dealing with. And it not only impacts underrepresented people, but also minority-owned businesses. So as part of GLI's plan to address the long-term issues of inequality, we'll be convening a business council to end racism in the coming weeks. And we're going to use those conversations to inform the work of our chamber. We want to invite each of you to reach out to us if you're interested in being part of that effort, because we will find a place for you to help. So we welcome the ideas and the opportunity to exchange those ideas of what you and you're hearing about from other communities that would contribute toward meaningful change. I want to leave you with some encouraging snapshots of how much momentum we've gained as a business community. Based on a 2019 national report, the number of women-owned businesses increased by 21% between 2014 and 2019. This is significant because these businesses support a lot of job creation. And on top of that, firms owned by women of color grew at double that rate. As of last year, women of color represented 50% of all women-owned businesses. Here in Kentucky, based on the last round of official state reports, we have over 100,000 businesses owned by women and 27,000 identified as minority-owned. And in Indiana, there are 163,000 women-owned firms and 61,000 minority-owned businesses. I'm sure that Wendy will speak more to that later. We have to continue to track these figures to ensure we're headed in the right direction, and we're working with policymakers to create a friendly environment for our businesses to flourish. As many of you have personally experienced, we know the landscape of entrepreneurship for women has evolved out of a combination of necessity, flexibility, and opportunity. And whether it's from the inability to find quality employment or have accommodations for personal responsibilities, or whether it's prime market opportunities, we have to make sure that women continue to have access and the ability to realize our business potential. This is especially true as we all navigate through this unpredictable economic environment we find ourselves in. As the saying goes, a rising tide lifts all boats, and we're confident that as we continue our work to support women-owned and minority-owned businesses, all businesses will benefit. It's an honor to speak to you today, and I look forward to partnering with you in the days ahead. Thank you so much. Robin, I'll turn it back over to you.
I think I muted myself too, so thank you, Sarah. We can't be more excited than the fact that you have this role. It's like women power has been taking over Louisville, and we're really excited in all sorts of leadership ways. So thank you for doing that. Speaking of other women in power and all of that, I'd like to introduce Wendy Dant-Chesser. Some of you may know that I live in New Albany, and so there's a few of us Southern Indiana folk on here, and we wanted to make sure we do represent Southern Indiana as well. So Wendy, if you'd like to take it away and say a few words.
Thank you so much, Robin. Thanks for having me. You saw Mary Ellen with her poise and Sarah with her message, and I'm going to be a little less scripted only because I wanted to talk to you from a little different perspective. Let me start with this. There's some folks on here, some faces I've never seen before. Nice to meet you. There's some folks on here that I'm reconnecting with, so some familiarity. There are also some very dear friends on here, and or may I say, we're like one bad decision away from being co-defendants in certain instances. So Lisa Siebert, I'm not calling you out, but great to see you. Thank you for the invite. And then Jessica Young, this is the second Zoom we've been on today, so she's just joined our One Southern Indiana Board of Directors. Here's my message to you. NAWBO is a great example of an organization that we should all learn from. Women in the greater business community, whether you're a business owner or climbing the corporate ladder or filling a role, many times we are our own worst enemies. And if you've heard of the crabs in the bucket syndrome, where if there's a bunch of crabs in the bucket and they're trying to get out, one of them reaches the top, and instead of pushing it up to help it get out and help each other, they tend to pull it back down. And I think unfortunately too many times women play that game. Not this group, but we see it. And we know when it happens. Men don't do that. And so that creates a little bit of a struggle for us to try to play on their terms. Yes, they are setting the rules right now. We get to play, we get to make the rules when we can compete with them. And then I want us to ask, while there may not be this group that's the culprits there, we have to hold each other accountable. We have to hold other women accountable. We have to look at our greater society and hold each other accountable. When I'm out in public these days, I like to wear my mask because I have a mother that I have to care for. If there's somebody else out there not wearing a mask, sometimes a friendly, just holding them accountable is important. We can do that for each other. If those other 3 police officers in Minneapolis had held the one guy accountable for treating George Floyd with respect, he would still be alive today. They didn't hold each other accountable. So I want to challenge you to hold each other accountable, to make sure that we as women are supporting one another and holding each other up. You heard from Mary Ellen, you heard from Sarah, now you hear from me. We get to work together very, very regularly. And it is an absolute pleasure to be one of the 3. If we tear each other down instead of holding each other up, we're setting a bad example. And Sarah and I, and Mary Ellen, who I don't think is on any longer, we started by establishing the fact that we're going to work together for the good of the business across the entire region. And we're asking you, I'm asking you, hold us accountable for that. If you see ways that we should be working better together, we want to know that, and we want to try to incorporate your ideas in that. So many of you are familiar with us, or if you're not, please let us know how we can explain to you how we're doing and how we're working together. But it's my goal to make sure that I leave you with a message that we are all accountable for each other, and we can do greater things when we hold each other to a higher standard. So Lisa, Jessica, Robin, thank you all so much for letting me be a part of this, and I look forward to partnering with you in the future.
Awesome. Thank you, Wendy. I love that. I love that whole piece of, and exactly Sarah DeVacia just said it on there. We love working together. The key words being together. We can't do any of this work individually or separately. It has to be done together. That's the only way to make these things happen across the board, whether it's a social justice issue or a health and wellness issue for the community or economic development issue. It has to be done together. So thank you for those great words. So now we turn over to the other part of our program, which is where we are going to install our new officers, our new board members, and we can't be more excited to do that. I know our time is now. It continues to be now. Our future is very bright. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Jessica Young, the immediate past president, who chairs the nominating committee. So Jessica, if you want to report on the nominating committee, and we'll move to that part of our program.
Yes, and thank you, Robin, Wendy, Sarah, and Mary Ellen. Vince Lombardi stated it best, in my opinion: individual commitment to a group effort. That is what makes a team work, a company work, a society work, and a civilization work. And it certainly takes that commitment to make this organization work. As Robin mentioned, I am honored to have served alongside many of you, an amazing group of very committed individuals. As the immediate past president, I also had the privilege of chairing the nomination committee for the incoming board of directors. That process begins with a 2-week call to action and nomination period. That period did close out in late May, but I encourage you, if you are interested in getting involved, there's no better way to get something out of it than to give of yourself. So that being said, tonight we honor those and thank those who have served in the past and those who have agreed to serve in the future. Thank you so much for continuing to pave the way and leading our great organization. We have certainly come a long way in the 45 years of NAWBO, but as we've all said, there's still a lot of work to be done. I have no doubt that this group will move mountains. So please join me in welcoming the CEO and founder of Mightily Extreme Media, a member of Louisville Business First Leadership Trust, a newly elected board member of the NAWBO National Group, and we could not be prouder, and the past president of NAWBO Louisville. Introducing my friend, a role model to many of us, and a true business badass, and yes, I'm a cusser, you guys know that, Lisa Siebert. Take it away, rock star.
Thank you, Jessica. I really appreciate it. I hope I can live up to that introduction because that was awesome. And thank you all for having me here today. It's nice to be, as I would say, back home, because this group of women are kind of what helped propel me forward when I was starting my companies. And I can't say enough good things about NAWBO. I have met friends, mentors throughout this organization that I probably would have never met otherwise had I not gotten involved. And they have been, key to me in getting to where I am today. And I'm honored to follow in the footsteps of others who have gone before, but especially, of being able to serve NAWBO Kentucky now on the national board. It's a true honor to be there and to follow Evelyn Strange, who was our other NAWBO national board member back in and was national president in 2012 when we were able and lucky enough to host the NAWBO National Convention here in Louisville when I was chapter president. And hopefully we can get them back here again. That's my goal. But this year we are celebrating the 45th anniversary of NAWBO National, and an organization that represents over 10 million women business owners across our nation. And we have a strong voice, and with NAWBO we can make it even stronger. And just a reminder that NAWBO is here to propel women business owners into economic, social, and political spheres of power worldwide. And we do that in multiple ways by strengthening the wealth creating capacity of our members, promoting economic development, as Sarah and Wendy and Mary Ellen so greatly talked about, and supporting our entrepreneurial community. We create innovative and effective change in business culture. We build strategic alliances and coalitions and affiliations across our network to provide more access to women business owners across the nation. And then we work on transforming public policy and influencing those decision makers, and hopefully we can get laws passed that benefit women business owners and all entrepreneurs across the country. I did have the honor of serving NAWBO on the board for 8 years as NAWBO Louisville then, now NAWBO Kentucky, and was chapter president from 2010 to 2012, and it seems like yesterday. And it's just amazing that was 8 years ago. But now it's my honor to serve you again at the national level, and I'm so honored to be able to be your representative there, and know that you can reach out to me anytime with any questions. I will try to provide, and I told Robin that I would send national updates that we can include in our newsletter each month to let you know what's going on at the national level. But I want to be your eyes and ears there and your voice there as well. So know that you can count on me to do that for all of our women entrepreneurs across our region. So without further ado, let's get to why we're here. The NAWBO Kentucky Board of Directors is charged with representing the best interests of NAWBO's membership and providing the chapter with the direction to fulfill its mission. You're each expected to set high standards of professional conduct and performance for yourself and for the organization. And you'll be looked to for guidance, leadership, and direction as you accept our members' trust and oversee NAWBO Kentucky's activities. As the 2020-2021 National Association of Women Business Owners Board of Directors for the Kentucky chapter, you will be recognized, honored, and respected as persons of integrity, admired not only by your associates in NAWBO, but throughout the Kentuckiana area. With these privileges do come obligations. You're expected to provide leadership, both by what you say and what you do for your chapter. You are to inspire, encourage, and guide your chapter into fruitful areas of activity by creativity, word, and deeds. As you do so, you should always be mindful of NAWBO's vision and mission, which I just talked about, but we're going to go over it one more time. Strengthening the wealth creating capacity of members and promoting economic development within the entrepreneurial community, creating innovative and effective change in business culture, building strategic alliances, coalitions, and affiliations, and transforming public policy and influencing opinion makers. Do each of you incoming board members accept this as your goal and promise to discharge your duties to the best of your ability? Say, I will.
I will.
I will.
And all the board
I will.
members, if you to unmute yourself, then, you know.
I will.
So
I will.
I would now like to install the 2020-2021 NAWBO Kentucky Board of Directors by calling each of you by name and asking you to join in the oath of office. First, Board President Sarah Waske. Immediate past President Robin Miller. Then the Board of Directors in alphabetical order. Heather Beeler, Kathy Bingaman, Jessica Bledsoe, Jennifer Callahan, Melissa Chastain, Julie Hollifield, Letty Johnson, Michelle Krebs, Laura Leeton, Benny Lopez, Jill Lowry, Ingrid Martinez, Bernice Michelle Mitchell, Carly Riggs, Baisha Roberts, Linda Rufinak, Tally Russell, Danita Taylor, Karen Weller, and Jennifer Wheatley. Board members, please raise your right hand and respond in unison to the oath of office with the words, I will. Will you pledge to support NAWBO's mission of propelling women entrepreneurs into economic, social, and political spheres of power worldwide while representing the interests and concerns of all women entrepreneurs?
I will.
I will.
I will.
Will you pledge your word of honor as a woman entrepreneur and as a member of NAWBO to faithfully uphold its bylaws and to always act in the best interest of the organization?
I will.
I will.
Will you pledge to commit the time and resources needed to execute the duties and responsibilities of your office as a member of the Board of Directors of the National Association of Women Business Owners Kentucky chapter?
I will.
I will.
And will you pledge to uphold the values of the organization, act in its best interest, execute on your responsibilities, pursue NAWBO's mission, always with honesty, integrity, and to the best of your abilities?
I will. I will.
Congratulations, board members. You are now officially members of the NAWBO Kentucky 2020-2021 Board of Directors. Give yourself a round of applause.
Yay.
Yay. So now I would like to swear in new board president, Sarah Waske. Sarah, please take the oath of office for your service as board president and raise your right hand. Sarah, will you promise and pledge to execute the duties and responsibilities of chair of the National Association of Women Business Owners Kentucky chapter to the best of your ability, to uphold the organization's bylaws and always support NAWBO's mission of propelling women entrepreneurs into economic and social and political spheres of power worldwide? And lastly, to lead the 2020-2021 NAWBO Kentucky Board of Directors with wisdom, honesty, and integrity?
I will.
Yay! Congratulations, Sarah.
Thank you so
And
much.
so now it's with great pleasure I present to you all your new chapter president and board members for the 2020-2021 NAWBO year.
Yay. Woo.
Sarah, would you like to say a few remarks?
I will. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa, for installing our new great board. First, I would like to thank the amazing women on the call today: Mary Ellen, Sarah, Wendy, Lisa, Jessica, Robin, and to all of the current and incoming board members. Thank you for being dynamic and courageous leaders. And I look forward to collaborating with the city, GLI, 1SI, NAWBO National, and our current board of directors to help serve the women of our community. Our job as board members is to leave this organization better than when we got here. and ensure that it is stronger to pass on to the next group of trailblazing women that will lead it after us. This board has unique challenges and will have to lead in a very different world than we had a few months ago. With all of the current changes and uncertainties, women entrepreneurs are going to need NAWBO now more than ever. NAWBO's membership offers women-owned businesses access to the national and local community of women entrepreneurs that are facing the same challenges, and is an unparalleled resource to help women navigate the various stages of business growth. NAWBO has always been a diverse and inclusive organization, but what we have seen with so many businesses and organizations is that's not enough. There has to be deliberate action to be inclusive. As recent events have highlighted, there is a lot of trust that needs to be built and healing that needs to happen, which is why I'm thrilled to have a diverse group of women on this board to help us navigate those challenges. A board comprised of women that are strong, intelligent, hardworking, and also have hearts that are full of compassion, empathy, and courage. Women that are ready to go to work to support the women of Kentucky. How do we make this an organization where all women rise? As women, we know what peace and harmony looks like. We know what equity and fairness looks like. We know these things because it's written in our souls. We just have to trust that knowing, have the courage to speak up, live it, and demand it in our workplaces, businesses, institutions, policies, and laws. I'm proud to say that that is what is happening in NAWBO National, and that is what is happening here in NAWBO Kentucky. There is a renewed commitment in both organizations, and it is our commitment at NAWBO Kentucky to take action, to have open, honest conversations that will be led by our new chair of diversity, equity, and inclusion about how we can better serve Black and brown women in our community, and to create opportunities and programming that support all women business owners and professionals in our region. Is there a way, Robin, to put the main view on gallery view so that we can see all the women on the call?
The main view, I think you do that separately.
At the top right of your screen, Sarah, there should be, you'll see speaker view. If you click on that, you can change to gallery view.
Your own.
Okay, I just meant for the recording itself so that everyone shows up, but that's okay. I want everyone to pause and look at the amazing women on this call. Get present with the power that is in this group of women. And imagine what we will do when we all work together toward a common goal of raising up all women and developing the leaders that our world so desperately needs. I am so grateful that these incoming board members said yes, that they believe in their purpose here on this earth, that they believe in this organization, and that they believe in me to lead it. This is a learning and growing opportunity for us all, and I am excited to start this journey with you. Thank you.
That is awesome. I wish we were all in person so we could give hugs, because it seems like that kind of a moment where we could really use that. So again, I just want to thank everybody who's taken the time today to come on this call. Thank you, as Sarah said, for saying yes. Thank you for saying yes to me and this past year. Thank you for saying yes in these coming years. This is a long journey and a long exciting time for all of us as women business owners and women business executives. So please leverage this to the best of your ability, and please know that we are all here for you. So with that said, we're going to end on a toast, and it's a simple toast, and it's just going to be that I want to say, and I forgot to grab my drink, but to the successful business women out there, let you know one, let you be one, and let you support one. Here, and congratulations. Happy birthday, NAWBO, and I can't wait for the rest of our journey. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for joining today. We're gonna end the call here. I will get this all rendered and edit the video a little bit if I can edit out some of the quirky parts. Thanks for being on the call, and we will see you guys very soon. Thanks and congratulations.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you all.
Bye. Thank you.